changes to be more cost efficient. So the changes that we did make are the ones we felt that were the most necessary to meet the client's needs, like the residents that will be living here. And of course, we're going to have to bring our designs up to, the dorms up to ADA TOS and fire codes in order for us to do the renovations properly. So our project, of course, is to renovate the North and South Hall here on campus. And they were built in the 1950s, so they are not up to current, the most current codes. I know they were renovated in the 90s, but they are going to need to be brought up even more. So we're trying to make the minimal amount of changes. Like I said, we're going to add more security, fix the hall director's suite to make that more accessible and easy to navigate through. And then we added more collaborative areas for the residents, which is something that after taking a survey of current dorm residents and past people who have lived in the dorms in the past, they wanted more collaborative like study spaces, so that's what we added. We wanted to make everything feel more open. So our process, we went toured both of the dorms, took measurements, and one of the first things we decided we wanted to do was to definitely make it feel more open. Currently it feels very kind of cramped and almost like a maze if you have to go through all these different hallways, so that was one thing that we wanted to fix. We went to UNT to tour some of their current renovations and to get ideas, some inspiration for things that we could possibly do for our designs. And then we decided through touring these dorms that we wanted to add more security, like card swipes, to negate the whole key situation where people lose their keys and then you have to replace the whole lock and that kind of thing. So it makes that more easier, and then also it adds to the security by adding card swipes to the stairways and to all the residence halls, so that way anybody that's not a resident is confined to only the common open areas.
These are the proposed exterior changes. As you can see, the exterior changed a little bit. With having the new stone building right across the street, as well as having Village right there, we wanted to update things. We wanted to take the aluminum aspects from the new stone building. I'm sure y'all have seen pictures. We wanted to insert these large lettering that says north, or south that says north, as well as having the ADA accessible ramp. That's really important, as well as making the porch really open. We took away the pillars. We have these cable restraints. We just wanted everything to look new, modern, really updated. We wanted to keep the look of the existing north and south as they were, because on campus we like to renovate buildings versus just knock them down and make new ones, just to keep that tradition and the history alive. So we didn't change too much as to the color. We still have the and we printed out plans for y'all so y'all could look over and make notes if you wish. The red brick and the white brick alternating, we did keep that. However, where the white brick is, we proposed the eaves to bearing out the 8 inches that you can with eaves, like an off-white, kind of grayish eggshell color, just to match the buildings and keep the existing but still updated and give that building the dimension that makes it pleasing to the eye.
Do y'all know what eaves is?
Tell us what eaves is.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if you're familiar with stucco or like something that goes on the exterior. We go over like 4 slides based off of everything. Jared kind of goes over that, so if you just want to sit tight for a minute. We did also change the window sizes. We made them smaller, more efficient, not so large. During talking to the hall director, she said that she can never find curtains for the size of the window because they are custom. And so making the window sizes smaller will be, best for the residents as well, being able to make the room independent, make sure that, they can design it however they want to. And this is the stone building, and then this is Village. And so the aluminum aspects and stuff is what I was talking about with the new porch, the awning, the cables, how it says South Hall really big. Right now, it says South and North really small on the side. you know, people want to be proud that they live there. You know, it's big, it's welcoming, it's new.
That's landed.
Anyway, sorry.
That's okay.
And these are the eaves.
EAVS stands for Exterior Insulated and Finished Systems. That is that middle section of the building, right here. And you notice when you go, especially in bigger cities, they kind of section off the buildings into different materials. It just makes it more interesting and more updated. It's water resistant and very similar to stucco, insulated, just like in the name. It can be shaped into many different shapes, whether it be larger stone or rounder stone, or it can make borders and cornices at the top. It's very efficient and it can increase the R value of the existing wall. It very rarely needs painting. It's formulated with an acrylic binder, which makes it very resistant to fading and yellowing. It varies in price and generally runs for about $6 to $8 per square foot.
Excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do this to the presentation, can you go back one more time? I
Sure.
saw a word that you used there, was that mildew you using it, or in the last paragraph?
I'm sorry?
You said resistant to dirt, mildew, and mold?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know, okay, thank you.
It can be applied right onto the brick, so there's nothing that has to be changed. And we propose to apply it onto the white brick in those sections with the weird windows, the weird mullions, and change those windows out to standard size windows and just blend all that in and make it look a little more natural. And those are just a few examples there. So you probably realize now you've seen it a lot. You just didn't really know what it was.
And it's non-weight bearing, like you said, you can just apply it right to the exterior of the building, and that's it. It doesn't take hardly any maintenance, and it does resist a lot of the, nature process.
And these are just some of our proposed ideas for the interior. We're not going to go into a whole lot of detail with that. We're just kind of going to propose our ideas, which we'll touch on next semester once we start working on the interior.
We removed as little occupants as possible, 17 to be exact, and they were only removed to accommodate the 2 ADA rooms and to make the larger and social areas more open, bigger, and to make the laundry rooms bigger also.
When we made our changes, they're mostly on the first floor, and we did it because in our survey that we took, people wanted more collaborative spaces, more private study areas, and more places to just relax and hang out and just kind of make it feel more of like a community rather than simply a residence hall.
These are the demolition plans. All the blue you'll recognize are the awful built-ins, the shelvings. Those are the main things that we're going to demo. On the first floor, we did the most extensive demoing. Take out that big wall right there to open up that lobby area. Reformat that whole bathroom right there to make it ADA and the apartment there to make it flow a little better.
So the rooms will be the same size, right?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
they will. And you see on the second floor, not very much. This will be the laundry room here, and it will be reconfigured, a small little living area in the laundry room to sit and wait, and reconfigure that custodial closet right there. And the rest is just removing built-ins.
Like we said, we wanted to make minimal changes, so we just took out the built-ins and then took out the closets to make the room feel more open, and then the furniture that we're proposing is very versatile. You can move it to whatever orientation you want to kind of personalize it to your residents.
Basically the same story on the third floor also.
Okay, so this is the fun part, the proposed floor plan of the first floor. This is South Hall. North Hall is the same, just opposite. So when you walk in, you notice that it's very open right off the bat. We have moved the reception desk off to the side, and these are the reasons. You have a sight line to the front door. You have a sight line to this community space, kitchen area. This is a lost wall. so it's completely open. You also have a sight line to the security door, which separates the community area from the resident area on the first floor. So anyone who walks in the building that lives on the second or third floor are only going to be able to access the community area and the second and third floor, you know, which one they live on. Only the residents are going to be able to come to this part. This right here is a study room. You also have a sight line to here. This is a glass door. It is, you know, the existing wall. We didn't want to change too much on that. You have private, group, computers, you know, just a nice space to, you know, group with friends, you know, study group, that sort of thing. Over here, you do have a U-shaped kitchen. You have seating. There's a TV. These two are the vending machines that the residents do use a lot. Over here is the janitor closet. We did make it bigger. Instead of oriented this way, we kind of changed it up. Over here is the ADA accessible laundry room. So it is big. There's 2 washers and 2 dryers. Over here is the hall director's suite. We were talking to her a lot, and she said that she wished that she could get to her office from the lobby instead of her bedroom from the lobby. So we switched that up. Right when you walk in, we have chairs right here. So move-in day, she said she gets a lot of parents and students that, you know, want to talk to her. There's a little waiting area right here. When you walk in, this is her office. This is her executive desk, and she said that she does have a student that, you know, works with her. So this is her student desk. These are all key card access. This door right here, she would only be able to open this door with her key card because this is her bedroom. Otherwise, it would just set up like a 1-bedroom apartment. You'd walk in, you'd see the kitchen, you'd see the living room. This is her bedroom with her bathroom. So this whole thing is like a 1-bedroom apartment. She does have this easy access from her bedroom to the office that she said that she wanted. That's what she requested. Over here, this is just a normal proposed suite. It has the bedroom on each side and the bathroom in the middle. We didn't change any of the bathroom sizes. We wanted to keep the cost to a minimum. We didn't change the sinks right here either. We do propose new furniture. We took out the built-ins. These beds are capable to extend, have the desk underneath, and then the wardrobe right here for both residents. So, and over here is the mechanical room, the telecom room, and this is the ADA suite. So it did take 3 rooms to make, you know, enough for 4 ADA accessible residents. These rectangles are parking spaces. These circles are turning radiuses. So they are ADA accessible. So this is basically the first floor. Do you have any questions?
The only thing I see there is like where the mechanical chases are, that you took the bathrooms out, where the laundry room and the study room is. That mechanical feeds from under the building all the way up, kicks the plumbing up above it, and the bathrooms above it.
Right. They kept all the plumbing chases in the same
So they're
place.
inside that room right there, that laundry room?
They're on the wall, because right now it goes like it kind of tees, and so we kind of took away the T part and just kept the
And that's
center.
a regular wall that's been there?
No, it's
Oh,
a
no.
new
That's where the
wall.
plumbing's at.
Yes.
Right.
And where the couches and the kitchen and sofa area, that's the chase. So we, and it's
So
same
right
going
here
all
in
the
the
way.
study room, right here is the existing plumbing. So it's gonna be a
Okay,
hole in
so
the middle of the room.
Because right here is where all your plumbing's at,
Correct.
in this hole. So this is here.
Yeah,
See,
the
this
hole
whole,
in the
this
middle of
whole
the
little,
room.
this thing goes all the way up,
Mhm.
and it looks like you took them out.
Anywhere that we made changes, if we altered the chase shape or size, it carries all the way up.
That's one still there, right there, right
But
Okay.
he's saying, yeah, to the right,
For the line.
in between.
As long as it's all in there.
The second floor. Do you wanna change?
Oh, sorry.
So this is the proposed second floor. All of the bottom and all of the top to here is existing. We didn't change any of that. Over here, we did want to have a social laundry space because a lot of times, I know when I lived at Village, I would want to stay in there because I was afraid my things would get stolen. And so I really appreciated the, you know, the couches and the TV area that were provided there. So we wanted to make sure to have the the couches, the TV, you know, the sitting area. And you can, there's a door accessible to this. You can also go this way, but then if you're just one, you know, quick, easy access to the laundry room, the door is right here. We do have 8 dryers and 4 washers. A lot of times people keep their clothes in the dryer a lot longer because they forget about it, they just leave it there, you know, they walk off. So, I know when I lived at Village, for example, all the dryers were usually taken and about half of the washers were there.
That's why you need more room.
That's,
Yeah.
I just asked him that question about something we're working on, and that's what he had told me, and I just confirmed it.
This is the janitor closet. It is on the 2nd floor. It's bigger than the 1st and the 3rd. This does have the desk for clock-in. They said they do training. They really needed a computer. And so we have this right here with the existing plumbing for their sink. And everything else is existing.
Is there an elevator?
If you were to put an elevator, you would want to put it on this side because of the community area. You walk in, you know, you want to go to the 2nd or 3rd, you go over here. We didn't put it in our plans, but if you would, you know, want to put the elevator, it'd be really easy just to put it over here, and then you'd have really easy access to the whole building.
You know, one of the things that we were looking at is if you did 50,000 renovation, $50,000, and you piecemeal it all the way through, then you might start on their 1st floor and you not do that. But, you know, they all came up with an idea of where to put the elevator, if they had to put the elevator, and where it would be. But, you know, not knowing exactly how much y'all wanted to spend.
Yeah, if you did it in phases, you can kind of get away without doing the elevator, but if you were just to make the changes, then this would be the area to put the elevator.
Do we have to have rooms for the physically challenged on each floor?
Yes, if you did propose an elevator, you would need to have that.
Where would you put that at? In the middle?
You would,
The same
you would
place
just,
as the
it would
first
just take 3 rooms, so you could use these 3 and then these 3, and then leave those as existing. You want them to be, you know, closer to the stairs and the elevator, so you would want to put them either right here, or whichever you please.
Okay.
Probably that would be the easiest, just to keep the even number, just to keep them on one side. And then the 3rd floor is the same. We did shrink down that janitor closet back to what it was on the 1st floor. We have a bigger community area and the same washers and dryers. And if you noticed on, you know, the 2nd, you do have this, there's like a sink and then there's like a holding table. And everything else is existing. And then if you were to put the AD rooms, you could put, you know, 1 right here and 1 right here. So then that would be 4 on the 2nd and 3rd, and then you have the 1 suite on the 1st. So then that would be your ADA rooms that you would need if you did have an elevator.
And all of their plumbing is stacked, and that's one thing that they worked on, stacking, keeping the chases there, so.
And we know like the bathrooms are very small and cramped, so if changes were desired to be made, we were talking about changing just the shower and the material that's used to make it, so that's not so thick and like boxy. It may be like some sort of glass, which
You
would
definitely need larger showers.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something,
Yeah.
I went to a University of Arizona in October, and they had bathrooms similar to this, and what they did was they took those, walls out.
Mhm.
So you still had, you know, the wall of the bathroom, but the wall that had the third wall for the shower, they took it out and they just did a rod.
Right.
And so it gave a little bit more space, and that would
Illusion.
be-
Yeah, that would be a good
So
option.
there are very
And
minimal
expensive,
changes that you can make that
Right.
aren't gonna include construction or taking out walls or anything.
Because right now those walls are, you know, pretty thick with the big tile that's on it, so even if you.
And when they were renovated in the 90s, they didn't tear anything out, they just made them thicker.
Right,
They put tile over tile.
yeah, so, even taking out the material and replacing it, it would feel, you know, inches bigger, which does make a big difference in such a small confined area.
North Hall demo, pretty much the same story. Get rid of that big wall, make that area more open, reconfigure this janitor area over here, the bathroom here, and the apartment there. Yeah, you go. Same story with the 2nd floor, not a whole lot of difference. You did reconfigure that there. Pretty much the same story.
Yeah. So this is the 1st floor. Really the only thing that's different between north and south is this one has the assistant hall director, the other one has the hall director. So this suite is a little bit smaller. When you walk in, this is that community area that we were talking about. Everything's the same. You have the ADA bathroom right here, that's the same as in the other You walk in and this is a storage. They said that they do, like bulletin boards, they need places to put their paper, their, their bulletins, their marker, utensils, just things that they need, to make the dorm, new and stuff. And so this is like the storage. You cannot get to the assistant hall director from the storage. Strictly just storage, and it's through the lobby, so it's easy for staff to get there. You do have your community area and then your private areas. She would get to her area right here. You walk in, you have your, your kind of living area, and then you walk in here and you have your bathroom and your bedroom, your closet, your bed and stuff. And so it's really just the same, but hers is smaller because she is the assistant hall director.
Now, one thing I will point out is all of theirs, if you'll notice, the community bathroom was renovated.
Yes, yeah, it was a maze to get in. You had to walk and then you had to turn a corner, and this was, the sink and the toilet. So we kind of just used the same plumbing. We gutted it, we made it bigger, we made it ADA accessible so that it could be a public restroom used for everyone. And this is the same thing as it was in south, it's just flipped in north. So you have the same laundry, you have the same amount, you have the same folding table. This is on the second floor, so you do have the clock, your clock-in desk right here. And if you were to put an elevator, it would be on this side, so complete opposite from the other one. And the third floor is the same, just with a smaller janitor closet. And this is the security. We proposed to change all the doors, put key card swipes on everything. Like I said, if you lived on the first floor, you'd only be able to get to the first floor. If you lived on the third floor, you'd be able to get to the third floor, and so forth. If someone, were to get into the building with a gun or willing to harm someone, they would be in that community area. They would not get into the resident side. They would not get up the proposed elevator if you were to choose. They wouldn't get up the stairs because there is key swipes for everything. So it's just going to confine them to that one space. We talked about the ADA accessible suite, how you have the bedroom, and then the bathroom in the middle. We don't have any amenities on the second and third floor that we don't have on the first floor. So if you did make the minimal changes and only had this ADA suite on the first floor, yes, sir.
You're telling me that all 416s we use one bathroom, correct?
Four.
Yeah, there's 2 in this one and 2 in this one.
Okay,
It
that's the middle of the
It
bathroom.
took 2, 4, 6, to make just for 4.
Yeah, just like what we did.
Yeah, exactly what y'all did in Steam. Y'all used one bedroom and made it a bathroom, which is exactly what we proposed here.
Okay, great.
And this is the proposed suite. We did change the bathroom, as we said. There's kind of just like a closer view of it. But we basically kept the walls existing, and then we are going to change the material to make that shower bigger with minimal cost efficiency. And then this is that hall director suite where you can get to the office from the lobby, and then you can get to her 1-bedroom apartment from the resident side of the private spaces versus the community area. And this is the assistant hall director that was in north that we talked about, how it has the storage, and then it's just, she has her bathroom and, her bedroom, and she has a little living area, but then she would use the washer and dryers that's public. And then this is the community kitchen / social area that is in the north and south. It's really open, a lot of spaces to socialize, and then you have your kitchen that's monitored by the front desk because of that glass wall. And then this is the study room with the existing plumbing pole in the middle, but it does serve as, kind of a circular orientation, so it doesn't take away from the design. And this is the laundry rooms on the first floor, the ADA accessible, and then on the third floor, it would still be ADA accessible if you did put ADA rooms on the second and third, but as of now, you could just keep it as is.